Asmongold talking about the Dr. Disrespect situation. I can't wait to see how he tries to skirt about anything potentially bad and say this is fine just because he's afraid to say anything bad about anyone who's bigger or equivalent in size to him.
This is not the news I was expecting to drop in June of 2024, but I guess sometimes it happens. Hot off the presses, kind of came out of nowhere. And the reason I'm making a video about this is to give a relatively...
Did you see any tweets by Evoli? Yeah, remind me after the video, I'll look at it.
Sometimes happens. I'm really bad about kind of doing a little ramble at the start of my videos. I realize. I apologize. Basically, in case you missed it, ex-Twitch employee Cody Connors tweeted saying he got banned because got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at a TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text, case closed gang with follow.
How new is this video? Because is the follow-up here gonna be that he got dropped by his company he co-founded? Because that happened.
Tweet saying no one made the wrong decision. Fuck him and his boys. This is a reference to Dr. Disrespect, who was banned from Twitch in 2020.
I'm sorry, guys. I know what you want to see, and I am here to oblige. There we go. Can you see properly? I think this is good, right? Yeah, this should be good. Now everyone can see everything that we need to see.
Very mysteriously. Let me give you a little bit of a recap. And to be clear, that ban, I saw some people who fully misunderstood this somehow. At one point, Dr. Disrespect was banned for a few days for streaming from a bathroom during TwitchCon, as in like walking into a bathroom while still streaming, which is obviously illegal and crazy. That was not...
I don't know what's wrong with me, but I didn't even know that like that was a bad thing. Because like I've been in like a lot of bathrooms and places and people are like recording each other and doing stupid shit. Even like whenever I was in high school, people would take videos on like their flip phone in the bathroom. Yeah, I didn't even know. Now, obviously it doesn't make it good, but like that, it caught me by surprise. It's legal though? Yeah, I didn't know that.
How stupid do you need to be to not understand that recording in a bathroom is by default illegal? Now, I have never actually heard a statement that it is definitively illegal, but I think a normal person can kind of assume, yeah, recording in a bathroom is most likely illegal because obvious reasons.
Not the actual final ban. That was a...
But I gotta admit, this is why we love Asmongold. Stupidity at its finest. But someone's probably gonna say, oh my god, Asmongold, so true. I also didn't know. Huh, we're literally the same, for real, for real.
Temporary ban. The final ban, we never actually found out why. This article from Dexerto is about the original ban. It says, Dr. Disrespect was the self-proclaimed face of Twitch before being unceremoniously removed from the site, even though he's one of the most followed streamers on the platform at that time. Portrayed by Guy Beam, the personality's over-the-top 80s action hero character, and unrivaled production value made him a hit with viewers. On June 26, which almost exactly 4 years ago, 2020, Dr. Disrespect's channel was removed from Twitch, and reports claim the streamer had been permanently banned. This came just after the streamer signed
It's actually crazy how close it is to the 4-year anniversary. Holy fuck, I didn't even realize that. 1 day away.
A contract with Amazon-owned company in March 2020 to keep him on the site for the foreseeable future, and to be clear, Amazon lost a lot of money on this. Especially because Doc still streams on a competing platform. More than 2 years later, the legal dispute between Doc and Twitch was resolved, with either party accepting wrongdoing, which is very interesting. But yeah, a really weird part of this was that he tweeted saying, Twitch has not notified me on the specific reason behind their decision. Firm handshakes to all for the support during this difficult time. It really did feel like it came out of nowhere when it happened. Twitch did eventually send out a statement saying, as is our process, we take appropriate action when we have evidence that a streamer has acted in violation of our community guidelines or terms of service. These apply to all streamers regardless of status or prominence in the community, but they gave no other explanation. And there were a ton of...
I just don't understand how, if he acted in violation, why did they pay out your contract? That's the one piece of this that I don't understand. Why did the settlement pay him out?
We went through this. It's actually super simple. And the bad part about the Doc situation is that the allegation fits perfectly here. There are very few allegations that you can think of that tick all the boxes how everything has happened. Why would Twitch remove Dr. Disrespect so suddenly? Well, my initial idea was that he overstepped his lines and he probably maybe asked for more money because, he's too much valuable and blah, blah, blah. And Twitch decided, no, Ninja just destroyed his career with breaking ties with us. We can do the same to you. Get lost. But, well, these PDF allegations fit perfectly because it was especially at the time where a lot of people were talking about Twitch being a literal just gateway to OF, which it still is, and now it has fully embraced that side. Very cool, Twitch, very cool. And at that time it was even worse. A lot of people were talking about it and things like this. So Twitch's biggest star potentially going down as a PDF, not good for image. And because it needs to be something super drastic for Twitch just to have a reaction like this, okay? Even if Dr. Disrespect just started a brawl with a Twitch employee and landed them in the hospital, the reaction probably would not be like this, or at least they would state that that was the reason. But the fact that they are afraid to state why they ban him is either for nothing, which doesn't seem likely at this point, especially that they settled and they paid him out, or it was something that Twitch is not going to risk their reputation over. Something really bad. And that's the thing. And again, just going to recap this really fast. A lot of these allegations are really hard to prove. Sexting someone whose brackets start are below a 1 and an 8 is kind of hard to prove that you actually did something wrong unless you're literally caught in the act. There's a reason. PDF hunting currently is a very popular thing on YouTube, on Kick, on Twitch, on every platform possible. It's a really popular thing, right? And a lot of these people get caught red-handed trying to meet someone, and then the police do nothing. Because the reality is, it's kind of goddamn hard to actually prove anything like this. So, Twitch does not want to go to the police. Second of all, if Twitch, this is probably not enough evidence for the police to even act and do anything against Dr. Disrespect, so he can just sue them and instantaneously get everything back, because, well, it's really hard to prove that he actually tried to do it. But, in my eyes, it's very simple, okay? If you're texting someone whose age starts with a 1 and ends with a 2, and you open up the chat with them in the first place, that's already a red flag. But if you say something like, "Hey, you looking cute today," that's enough for me to draw the line there, and you're guilty. So, but that's not enough to actually be guilty in the eyes of the law. This is where the problem comes. And considering Twitch wants to hide it, Doc can sue them and they're going to settle out of court, which they did. They never even went to court in the first place. And Twitch, considering this is not concrete evidence of anything bad, they don't even have to hand this over to the police. Because the police are probably not going to do anything. Because keep in mind, all of the people who do these bad things, if you have watched a single documentary about any of this, they don't go in guns blazing and saying, "Hulk smash, Hulk will destroy," okay? No. They start the cutesy, but you can clearly see something's wrong kind of conversation. But that's not evidence to actually be thrown in jail. That's the world that we live in.
Who came out saying things like he's trying to figure out what happened, he doesn't know what happened, he's trying to talk to Twitch. Twitch also refund all of the subscriptions to Doc's channel, and allegedly fully paid out his contract, or at least that's according to Doc himself. And then
do you know that for a fact? Yeah.
We would assume so.
Yeah, he said that's what happened.
Yeah.
Extra weirdness. This was...
He would not be able to lie about that effectively. If he lied about that, Twitch would destroy him in court, because that would be a breaking of the, contract that they signed.
Ended with him saying, "I know it's tough."
Yeah, he can't lie. He could lie. I find it to be so insanely unlikely that he would lie, because I assume that lying about it would be breaking the rules.
Yes.
He can't. Yeah, I don't think that he would be able to lie, because that would also be breaking the rules of the agreement.
Weird right now. We'll get through this okay, and fuck before abruptly ending the...
Oh, and by the way, people are misunderstanding one thing. Getting sued by someone does not mean that you're already in the courtroom. No. That's not how it happens. A settling means that no court happened. There is a difference. So people who are saying, oh, Doc went to court for this, he did not. He plainly 100% did not. He sued, Twitch countersued, if I remember correctly, and then they settled outside of court. That's what happened. So court did not take place in the first place.
Podcast. Dr. Disrespect then sued Twitch over his ban during a live stream on August 23rd, 2021. The two-time claimed that he was taking legal action against Twitch as a result of his ban in 2020. He said, there's a reason why, and I'll say this right now, champs, there's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of him, okay? I don't know how else to put it, the amount of damages, and you just don't know, which the context of this is a little different now. Like, if the context of this is, I don't know how else to put it, and you just don't, is referring to them reading private DMs, that makes a whole lot of sense. And around the time of this happening,
I wouldn't say so. That just seems a bit random.
Again,
I think that's too much of a reach, that what he said is alluding to reading his DMs. I think that's too much of a reach for me to think like, oh yeah, that's the reason why.
2020 Rod Breslau slasher.
It's crazy that people still bring this up. And what's even crazier is that if he was told the same thing that was made public, he was actually right, and he tanked this for like 4 years.
Leaker posted saying, look, for several hours now I have been told from credible sources the reason Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject,
Cody's tweets are very sus. I'll look at it towards the end.
I don't feel comfortable with it currently. Slasher
Cody's
has also
tweets. Wait. Isn't that one of his neo-Nazi friends? Ooh. Interesting.
Today saying,
oh no, Cody is the guy who's tweeting. Oh yeah, damn it. Almost had fun.
I didn't lie. Now, obviously, this is an allegation. This is not necessarily a fact, but this is from an ex-Twitch employee. That is worth noting. Yes. And a number of other Twitch employees have come forward and said things like,
I do not think that any of the Twitch employees are knowingly spreading false information. Now, they could have been told something and it's not true.
That is a wild sentence to make. Anyone can spread wild misinformation at any point, in fact. Not saying this guy is doing it. Considering everything I know, I think that this guy is not lying. Because, well, Dr. Disrespect probably has ways of just flat out saying, no, this allegation is 100% false. But since he's not doing that, well, that's kind of the big tell here. That's what's that is what is the big problem here. The fact that Dr. Disrespect just doesn't flat out say, no, I did not do this. Because there's obviously a lot that he can't say with the contract with Twitch, most likely. But you'd think being able to, just shoot down false accusations like this would have been in his capabilities, which is wild.
But I don't think any of them are collectively, it's not like they planned, in a group chat, let's go ahead and let's say this about Doc randomly on some Friday night. You never know? Well, no, I don't know, but I don't think that's what's happening. Of course I don't know. How could I possibly know that?
I'm sorry.
What? They just called your opinion stupid because you just flat out decided to debunk the idea that people have the ability to come together and formulate, a lie about someone, which has happened, well, in Twitch multiple times, in the world billions of times, and so on. That's Asmongold, everyone.
So glad it's out in the open now. This one is from Zachary Diaz, who previously worked at Twitch, who said, so glad it's finally out there, which is basically in agreement that this happened. But then there is also this video, which is what...
Somebody asked, why do you defend them? They didn't show any proof. I'm not defending them. I have made it evidently clear throughout this entire topic
that you're not going to say anything bad about Dr. Disrespect because that would be problematic.
That I have never made a statement about whether I think that it's true or not. I never said that.
Spineless pussy.
I don't know. I don't know what you want me to do.
Just watch this.
It's been a long time.
You can easily say on which side of the argument you are currently leaning. Not hard at all, not liable in court even.
Please tell us.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's so long that the person involved is probably okay now.
My memory is really bad because this was like 2 years ago, and I was in Outpost buying a minicopter, and I remember someone saying Dr Disrespect got banned from Twitch because he was messaging underage girls.
And obviously, it does line up with what Slasher said regarding the importance and sensitivity around the subject.
Okay, I knew about the original accuser, that he's, concerts and all of that thing, but that 4 more people that have actually, more reliable backgrounds than just some rando on Twitter. I'm also touching her mouse. We are one. Anyway. People who have way more reliable backgrounds than just some randos on Twitter are saying this. I did not know that part. Dude, this makes it even worse. I was already kind of convinced that, yeah, most likely Dog did something like this, and it's pretty bad. But, because again, in the eyes of the law, he's innocent. 100%. But again, there are murderers who get away with murder just because someone messed up a formality and whatnot in court. And that's a legitimate thing that happens. So, being innocent in the eyes of the law doesn't mean everything always. Proven until guilty unless... no. Innocent unless proven guilty is a very good way that we should handle 99.9% of things. But this one seems kind of to be the exception. And now that I know this even more, Jesus.
I refrain from going in it. I don't feel comfortable. That's the part of this that I'm going to talk about, of why this has happened, because I do feel like I have a little bit of insight as somebody who's worked for 2 separate companies where people got fired for doing shitty things, and the public
You can't make this kind of claim without presenting evidence. I kind of agree with that, and
I also agree, but the fact that Doc is not just flat out denying this is crazy. Because there's a lot of brainlets out there who are like, well, he doesn't need to deny it. Would you deny? Yes, anyone with a brain would instantaneously deny it. If anyone accuses me of anything bad and I have not done it, the first thing I instantaneously would say, I did not do that. This is an absolute lie. Bad. Everyone's first reaction to something like this would be denying responsibility and saying you're lying. But Doc's not doing it.
I find it to be kind of problematic that a person can come out and say something like this, because like it's really things are stacked against Doc, because he can't say it's not true, and because of the obviously like the court case, right? So he can't respond to this in any way other than lawyer speak. But if he responds to it in lawyer speak, then people assume that he's guilty because he can't directly say that it's not true, because that would violate the agreement. So it's like he can't win in this situation with people that want him to lose.
That is an extremely stupid take on the situation, Asmon. I applaud you. What a great time to be alive. Doc took the most roundabout ever way of saying no without actually saying no, but it's actually not a no. It's just as close as you can come with a no by saying, oh, no wrongdoings were found, which doesn't mean that you were innocent. Again, it's just that no wrongdoings were found at the end of the... It doesn't mean that you didn't do it. It's just there were no consequences for what you did.
Never really told what happened. People find it very confusing. There's a really, really straightforward reason for that stuff, but we'll get into it. Let me catch you up on the rest of the news first. So Cody is then retweeted by Jake Lucky, who said a former Twitch employee has come forward and stated the alleged reason for Dr. Disrespect's permanent Twitch ban being for sexting a minor in the previous Twitch Whispers product, to which...
Which, by the way, I do not think that it is sexting a minor. I think that, like, trying to meet up with somebody is very, very, very different than trying to...
No. Even if you try to just text someone who's under the 1 in 8 age, and you know that fully well, you're still a bad person. There is no excuse. You are always a bad person. It doesn't matter if you just text them or whatever. If you're not saying, hey, you're my fan and that's great, thanks for the support, Everything else other than that is absolutely 100% unacceptable. There are no excuses. Just texting is almost as bad as doing in this case. Now, obviously, there's a difference, but the difference in my eyes is zero, and both situations should result in horrible punishments.
Message them sexually. Like, these are all different shades of bad, but one of them is much more bad. Like, to me, that's a huge difference. Am I crazy for thinking that's a huge difference?
I'm sorry, did you just try and protect him while saying he's still a bad man? Was that really the take? Nice.
To which Dr. Disrespect responded, saying, Jake, seriously, I get it, it's a hot topic, but this has been settled, no wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract, which is the worst possible response to this, in my opinion. Like,
how?
How? Are you an idiot? That's
the pieces
how.
add up, but I was still like...
How? He says no wrongdoing was acknowledged. No one cares about wrongdoing being acknowledged or not. It's about, did you do it? That's how, you Muppet brain loser.
Just unsubstantiated.
See, this is why his dad left him with his autistic mom, who literally did not go to work and didn't care about how he grew up. This is the result here, boys.
Don't know what happened. This is the most damning thing I've seen about this, to be honest. Like, obviously, Twitch employees now
What
coming
should he have
forward.
said?
Again, first-hand sources, or at least...
He should have said no in some kind of roundabout lawyer way, because there are definitely cracks that you can exploit there. For example, Dr. Disrespect could just say, in complete random, I just want to state that I have never involved myself with anyone underage ever. You know, you're not directly responding to this, because there are roundabout ways that loopholes. They're just called loopholes. Roundabout ways that you can, skirt around things like this. And there are probably ways that he can skirt around this. But he probably chooses not to, because this is the best he can do. Because chances are, and again, this is even more damning, because considering there most likely exist roundabout loopholes that Dr. Disrespect can answer this question without breaking the contract, giving us confirmation that he didn't do it, that probably means that Twitch would instantaneously go for the throat and sue him for violating the contract, aka getting all the money that they gave him back, plus extra. So, the fact that he doesn't even try to go around this, and this is specifically what he said, and keep in mind, this is not Doc actually writing this. This is 100% a lawyer who has written this. So, yeah, it is by far the most damning thing ever.
Second-hand sources, they're not third-hand sources, they're not randoms on the internet.
They're second-hand.
This is a more credible piece of information.
Yes, second-hand, wait, no, this is first-hand, you idiot. If they were employees, they would be second-hand if, someone told them what's happening. But still, second-hand sources in situations like that are not to be dismissed typically just because they're second-hand. Second-hand witnesses are second-hand witnesses, for example, get people locked up in prisons for life or death sentences.
Yeah.
Anything else we have. But this, no wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. I mean, he probably legally can only say certain things, but not replying to this allegation with something like, this isn't true, of course I didn't do that.
He can't do that, because it would be commenting on the nature of the trial. He can't do it.
Asmongold is also assuming, but we're kind of all assuming that that's the thing, but we don't know if that's the thing, because Dr. Disrespect's team was probably smart enough to get exemptions when he can't comment something about this trial if someone accuses him. So we don't know if that's actually the case. Because it also, he's just stating the outcome, which is a little bit strange. So he wants everyone to think he's innocent without saying he's innocent, which is strange. Also, slightly.
Like that I mean, I
struggle, Asmongold.
You don't know that?
Yeah, you don't know that. It's a good assumption.
So
though.
you think that You're right. I don't know that. But I'm like 99.9% sure. That's pretty good, isn't it?
That's fucking stupid to say also. Saying, yeah, you're right, I don't know that, but I'm very confident in my own stupidity is not a great argument, Asmongold. The Earth is flat. What, are you gonna tell me no? I'm 99.9% sure of that. Same argument, literally same logic. What a stupid thing to say, you brainless muppet.
Seems nuts to me. Why would you say no wrongdoing was acknowledged? Because no wrongdoing being acknowledged just means legally nobody said anything. Like, that's such a crazy thing to say.
It's the only thing that you can say.
Well, you also have a chance to not say anything at all, which would have been 10 times honestly better than saying what he said.
I think that a lot.
Because again, this seems just gaslighting that, oh, I did nothing wrong. Oh, this didn't happen because I did nothing wrong. That's what it sounds like, if you actually understand what the no wrongdoing was acknowledged means. It just sounds a way that you're trying to manipulate and gaslight 10-year-old fans who don't actually know these things or understand what language means.
A lot of people, this is a problem that happens on the internet, that a proper legal proceeding for something is oftentimes not as exciting as Twitter drama that gets, like, you know, for example, like,
said the guy who said that he's gonna publish the OTK drama freely for everyone to see, then didn't, and then proceeded to drop the, oh, we investigated ourselves and found ourselves of no wrongdoing also, one day before Christmas or the New Year or whenever it was, aka the lowest point of traction ever possible. And in the statement it literally said, oh, under the absolute highest context of evidence, we didn't find anything bad. Wait, what do you mean? I don't remember the exact wording, but if you go and look at the OTK stuff, which Asmongold was the head of, their response is, oh, because there's different level of what evidence can be considered. And they literally said, under the most strict level of evidence, aka there's no video evidence of anything happening, pretty much, that's the equivalent here, we found no wrongdoings, which is an insane thing to say.
like, really good drama is like the Drake and Kendrick Lamar thing. Right? Where, like, Drake is like, you're a
no, that's boring.
Fucking loser. Kendrick's calling him like a pedo and like a fake person, colonizer. Like, that's an entertaining drama. It's
no, it's super
intense,
boring.
Emotions are high, everything like that.
No one cares.
But the truth is that, I mean, in a legal case, I can't see a universe where he can comment. Like, what do you think the odds are that there's a clause in their settlement that you can't comment on the nature of the trial? I think that the chances of that are 100%. Like,
Yeah, most likely. But again, there's levels to this. And it's not the fact that he can't comment, it's the way that he chose to acknowledge this.
I would bet $1 million that that's obviously in there. There's an NDA, yeah.
Completely missing the point.
Then why comment at all? The problem is that if he didn't comment at all, then people would be saying, why isn't he commenting? There's no way for him to come out of the situation ahead.
Yeah, but he chose to come out a lot worse than he could have.
Good tweet. It's a good tweet, Colin. I get it. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose, yeah.
I'm gonna need a stronger statement than that after the allegations trying to strike a chord, and it's probably...
Also, it's 4 people currently saying that, if I counted correctly, which is insanely a lot, by the way. 4 people accusing you of this? That's a lot. And all of them are, you know, not randos just from Twitter randomly spouting stuff. That's a lot. Also, by the way, he probably can threaten to sue them. There is no kind of magical court case or settlement or whatever that can prevent most likely Doc from actually, for example, taking those people to court for, doing bad things and saying things that they shouldn't. Because it's now there is a possibility that does exist, but that's like the super low possibility that exists in there. So this is all kind of like, okay, really, really bad.
Probably, oh no. The wrongdoing got paid, by the way, is crazy. Yeah. Say, Doc, I hear you like I'm young. This is the part that I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's way easier to just say none of this is true, actually, rather than...
The expert is about to speak, boys. The expert is about to give his opinion. Shh, shh, shh.
There's no way. There's no way he can do that. Well, why are we carrying so much water for Doc? What do you think I'm saying that's inaccurate?
Everything. You have effectively only been on Doc. Doc is innocent, don't you see? He can't say anything. You're not acknowledging a single wrongdoing. This is passive defense. This is literally the Pokemon shit all over again with the cookies. By not ever stating that she is really done something bad and just kind of shifting the blame away from her, you're passively defending her, and you're doing the same to Doc here. You're not acknowledging that anything that has been said here is bad. You're not acknowledging that anything he has done is even remotely sus, and you're just saying, well, he can't say anything. You're not defending him front row and center, but just denying all of the things, all of the possibilities of anything bad occurring is just passive defense. So you are running defense for him, even if you don't understand that.
Because I'm sure some people will have these comments. What part of what I'm saying is inaccurate? All I'm saying is we don't know precisely what is in the NDA. 50-50. So you think it's a 50% chance that he can't talk about it? You think a massive issue that not a single person on Twitch made any statement about in any capacity whatsoever and has been more tight-lipped about than anything is a 50% chance you can't NDA a crime, but a crime wasn't committed. He was never charged.
That doesn't make it good.
For a crime. We don't know that? Yes, we do. We absolutely do.
No, we don't. By the way, no, we don't. Because, here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand in the world. For example, this is going to be slightly different, but this is kind of a big deal. For example, it is illegal to videotape a conversation or anything. Which is true, it's actually illegal in a lot of places. But, this is the part no one tells you. If you think something illegal is being said or whatever, you have the full right to videotape any conversation. Yeah. If you think something illegal is gonna be said, or something illegal is plotted and you're a part of that conversation somehow, you have the full right, always, without question, to record that conversation, for example. Okay? And it works also backwards. So, you see, whatever Doc said, whatever Doc did, Twitch has the full-blown authority to look at this and say, yeah, this looks bad, but we don't believe this is illegal. So we don't have to forward this to the police. Because the line what is illegal and isn't in a lot of cases is very slippery. So even if I would say, for example, whatever he did is illegal, Twitch has the absolute right to choose and say, yeah, no, we did not think this is illegal, so we did not forward it. This is fine. Because all of these things rest on the concept of, well, perception, effectively. It just happens. That's how it works. This is also a bad thing.
It would be public record. 100% chance that it's an NDA that excludes... 100% that has an NDA that excludes them from talking about the broader aspects of the case. So you...
There is a legitimate chance he's right about this. Again, the fact that there's an NDA, 100%. But the fact that that NDA easily can have a clause that says, unless Doc is, someone is trying to spread falsehoods about him or something, he has a chance to reply. And he has the ability to say no. Again, this is also completely incorrect to assume that Twitch wrote that NDA themselves. This is how these legal documents work. One side writes up what they want, the other side looks at it, they squelch out the things that they don't like, they add maybe some things. So this NDA is not 100% in Twitch's favor. Doc 100% has some line that allows him to do something about the information that's happening here. Because there's no way that Twitch 100% wrote what he is and isn't allowed to speak of. Dr. Disrespect's team did not allow that. There is no way.
I don't
saying
want to waste my time.
the legal
Idiot. Anyway, I'm getting bored. Bye.